Hey everyone, Spooky Jedi here. The following video is sponsored by EA. Today I'm bringing you an exclusive look at two new maps from the upcoming Battlefield 1 expansion, Turning Tides. EA and DICE gave me early access to the maps on the community test environment. Keep in mind that all the footage you'll see here is not final and doesn't represent the finished product. Both maps you'll see here today are still in a white box environment, which means they don't have finalized textures. You might see weird sights like this guy, and you'll probably run into these really cool looking space rocks. The trees here get rattled easily and take you hostage eventually. Along with recording footage of the event, I also took some surveys and questionnaires for the developer. It looks like they're looking for feedback on the new weapons, specializations, and movement changes that they have implemented into this build. The build does have some new weapons for you to try out, but doesn't include the new elite kit or melee weapons. The good news is that this build is going up on the public community test environment for PC, Xbox One, and PS4 this Monday, November 6th, giving you the chance to test things out for yourself and provide valuable feedback to the developers. The first map that I'll be showing you is Cape Helles. Cape Helles is located at the foot of the Gallipoli Peninsula. It was the main landing zone for the Anglo-French amphibious operation on April 25, 1915. The British soldiers set in were expected to take the beach and eventually Achi Baba. This proved to be harder than expected, as the Ottoman soldiers were pretty dug into the cliffs and hilltops. With the help of artillery and machine guns, the Ottoman soldiers were able to keep the British soldiers at bay, who were eventually pushed to take cover on the far side of the beach and establish the front line. Cape Helles is interesting because it brings back Conquest Assault, a game mode that hasn't been seen since Battlefield 3. It keeps most of Conquest's rules, but one team, in this case the Ottomans, control all of the objectives at the start of the match. This puts major pressure on the British forces to take what they can and set up a command post, because otherwise you'll only be able to spawn on your squad mates or back on a boat. Despite the overwhelming odds, it's very fun to play as the British forces. After securing the beachhead, there are many ways to continue on, but you definitely need to stick with your teammates to gain ground. I'm dropping commentary so you guys can enjoy the rest of this footage.
See there, the scout!
We have lost objective Duff. We have taken objective Freddy. We have taken objective Butter.
Objective taken! Objective taken! You're all heroes!
We have lost objective Charlie.
Taking the objective! Take it back! Let's back to that objective!
We have taken objective Edward.
I'll have to take another objective! Make sure it stays that way!
We have lost objective apples.
Lost! Enemy's taking bird! Gas! Look out! Machine gun!
We have lost objective Duff.
Look sharp! That soldier's one of theirs!
We have taken objective apples.
Hold this position!
The second map that you're about to see is called Achi Baba. The Achi Baba hills overlook most of the Gallipoli Peninsula. They were the main objective for the Allied forces. Much like Helles, the hills of Achi Baba were fortified with machine guns and artillery emplacements. The Ottomans also had the advantage of having the high ground, making it easy to attack any of the landing parties sent by the Allied forces. Every attempt at seizing the defender's position was an uphill battle for the attackers. The hills were a vital strategic point for Sir Ian Hamilton, Commander-in-Chief of the Allied Expeditionary Forces, who ordered several attacks to try and secure them but ultimately failed at the cost of thousands of Allied lives. Achi Baba was played in regular conquest mode. As you'll see in the gameplay, there are many hills and narrow spaces where it would be easy to flank and create choke points. This leads to very fun and strategic gameplay where teams will have to keep an eye out as most control points have multiple entrances. I will say that it seems like a pretty good map for artillery players. Constantly during the game sessions I saw many shells flying over us and making things difficult for us. You'll see a bit of that in the footage here.
Thanks.
The enemy controls all objectives.
Gotta push them back! Retake ground!
Capture the objective!
We have taken objective Charlie.
Taking the objective! You hold on to it!
Capture the objective!
We have lost objective Charlie. We are losing objective Duff.
Don't give it away!
We have taken objective Butter.
Capture the objective!
We have lost objective Duff.
The objective is taken like shit!
You're not gonna
We
lose
have
the
taken
objective!
objective Charlie.
Don't let the objective fall! Capture that objective! Defend our objective! That's objective. Capture it.
We are losing objective Apples.
Capture the objective now!
lost objective Charlie.
That objective captured. Defend the objective. Capture the position.
We have taken objective apples.
We've taken the objective. Capture the objective. Thanks, John.
I'd like to thank EA and DICE for giving me the opportunity to play and record these matches for you guys. Seeing as we have about a month to go before these maps drop, I would encourage players to hop onto the CTE and give all the new stuff a try, and more importantly give feedback to the developers. I'll leave a link to information on the CTE in the description below. I'd like to thank you for watching my first video and encourage you to subscribe and like if you enjoyed it. If not, feel free to leave a thumbs down and criticism below. Again, this was Spooky Jedi and I hope to see you on the battlefield.